Some garden changes take weeks of planning, and this just was not one of those days. I started these oxeye daisies from seeds about 2 years ago. Like, they bloomed and they did their job, and I like the look of a daisy flower, but the oxeye variety is just too wild looking, it's too chaotic, and it was time for these to go. And I pulled them and I don't regret it. I just hate getting rid of flowers, but I do believe this kind of daisy is invasive, so it had to go. I picked up this American climbing rose from Aldi for about $6. They were just sitting by the checkout lane. It was kind of taunting me how like dead and dried out they were looking, so I had to grab at least one and do a little rescue mission, and hopefully I can revive it and it could be so beautiful, because I did not go in there looking for plants, but it was just so sad I had to grab one. That's just my excuse. I really wanted a climbing rose. So I'm going to plant this right where I had those daisies. And the plan is to train these up the side of my husband's wood shop. And I could just picture it already. Apparently these grow about 5 feet per year. And I think they max out at about 12 feet. So I think it'll look so pretty. They're supposed to have a nice salmon-y color bloom. And I just can't wait. The garage is eventually going to get painted. I think we're going to go with the navy. That was what we were kind of in agreement on, me and my husband. So I think the color of that bloom against a dark navy will look so pretty. While I was out here, I decided I'm just going to make a new bed off to the side. I just found some bricks that are around my yard and just made a border, and it's like nothing fancy. I decided to do the no dig method where you lay down a bunch of cardboard and then I went over top with soil and compost. We have really dense clay soil in my area. It's not so bad here in this area of my yard, but there are some areas where it's like terrible and awful and I can barely plant anything in it. So I always try to do a no dig method and let the kind of nutrients and the breakdown of the cardboard amend the clay soil underneath a little bit. And I've had a lot of success going that route. So what I originally had here was this pot, and I had put some gladiolas in the back and then some hyssop in the front. Not knowing how big and fast hyssop grows, I grew this from seed. I think I got these seeds from MI Gardener. I'm going to include some pictures of how it looks bloomed out. This is a very fast growing herb. I believe people use it as a herb, but I want it just for the flower blooms on it. I think they look so beautiful, but they grow very fast and they get very big. So I wanted to give it its own space to stretch out, because within the time that I've had it in this pot, it is completely taken over. And then I did something I probably shouldn't have, but I threw this clematis that I had in at the last minute. I fully intended to give this hyssop its own space in this own bed to kind of just bloom out in this area. But the place where the clematis was, which was attached to my potting shed, was getting completely like overtaken with Virginia creeper. I am very allergic to Virginia creeper. It makes me break out in a rash. So I try not to deal with it, but I do need to go in there and really like suit up and cover all the way up and pull that stuff out. But in the meantime, I wanted to rescue my clematis before it just got completely overwhelmed. So will it stay in this spot forever? Probably not. But for now, I'm just going to try to find something to trellis it up with in the meantime, and then we can move it later. But I definitely wanted to save it. And that's it, everybody. Like, sometimes gardening is super tidy and you think it out. When I say you, I mean you, not me. I I go in like this every time. Sometimes I do try to have a plan, but it's never goes according to plan. I just kind of feel it out. And I'm still, even after 5 years, I consider myself a baby gardener. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. It's just one of those learning processes. We have to figure it out as we go. Either way, something always grows. And that's all, you guys. Thank you for staying and making home with me. I will see you in the next video. Bye.